Looking at creation, evolution, or humanism, and entropy. Entropy is sometimes described as order. Increase in entropy is going from order to disorder. Some have argued that that is not what entropy is. Here is a PhD physicist that says entropy can be described that way, although I will admit it is simplistic.
The most common way to describe entropy is as disorder, which makes sense because it is associated with things becoming more mixed, random, and less ordered. But I think the best way to think about entropy is as the tendency of energy to spread out.
Entropy is actually based in statistics. It is energy moving from a state of order to disorder, which actually is moving from a state of low probability to a state of higher probability. That is what it is. If you would like more details about how entropy is actually a product of statistics, the video from which I pulled these clips goes into that. There are also other videos on YouTube by other PhD physicists who will explain that to you in detail. Keep that in mind, and let's look at a little more of that same PhD physicist saying something else about entropy.
But if total entropy is constantly increasing, and anything we do only accelerates that increase, then how is there any structure left on Earth? How are there hot parts separate from cold parts? How does life exist? Well, if the Earth were a closed system, the energy would spread out completely, meaning all life would cease, everything would decay and mix, and eventually reach the same temperature. But luckily, Earth is not a closed system because we have the sun.
Creationists have used entropy to defend against humanism, and then humanists, evolutionists, have come back to claim that entropy would support the creation of life. Here is some more of that video with that PhD physicist telling us exactly that.
What the sun really gives us is a steady stream of low entropy, that is, concentrated, bundled up energy. The energy that we get from the sun is more useful than the energy we give back. It's more compact, it's more clumped together. Plants capture this energy and use it to grow and create sugars. Then animals eat plants and use that energy to maintain their bodies and move around. Bigger animals get their energy by eating smaller animals, and so on. And each step of the way, the energy becomes more spread out. Without a source of concentrated energy and a way to discard the spread out energy, life on Earth would not be possible. It has even been suggested that life itself may be a consequence of the second law of thermodynamics. If the universe tends toward maximum entropy, then life offers a way to accelerate that natural tendency, because life is spectacularly good at converting low entropy into high entropy. Jeremy England takes this one step further. He's proposed that if there is a constant stream of clumped up energy, this could favor structures that dissipate that energy. And over time, this results in better and better energy dissipators, eventually resulting in life. Or, in his own words, you start with a random clump of atoms, and if you shine light on it for long enough, it should not be so surprising that you get a plant.
Talk about the missing link. There is a gap between energy coming from the sun and the creation of life, the size of a black hole. See, here's the fallacy. That entropy needs something. Entropy is just statistics. It doesn't need or want a system to spread energy out more than it does. Energy comes from the sun. If it hits a light surface, like in the winter with the snow, it will reflect a lot of that energy back. If it hits a darker surface, it will convert more of that energy into heat than it does when it hits a light surface. But it doesn't care. It doesn't care whether the energy is converted to heat or whether the energy is used in some mechanism or whether the energy is reflected back. The fallacy is in assigning anthropomorphism to entropy. It's not there. It's just statistics. Entropy doesn't care. Entropy doesn't need anything. It just is.